After that, Orville said again, "The thing that saddens the eldest most is that she has somehow lost one of the most precious diamond necklaces she has worn for more than 10 years. It is the relic left by her mother before her death." The young lady cried for several days about this. Charlie chuckled twice, and said, "It seems that Miss Song has really had a bad luck recently." "Don't tell me." Orville looked at Charlie and said seriously, "Mr. Charlie, you are a master of metaphysics. I believe you must have a solution for this matter?" Charlie asked him back, "Mr. Orville, why are you so caring about Miss Song? What is your relationship with the Song family?" Mr. Orville hurriedly said, "I tell you, Mr. Charlie, Miss Song's grandfather is my benefactor. I was able to stand up in Orus Hill back then. It was all thanks to the support of Miss Song's grandfather. I originally wanted to repay him. I have always helped the Song family solve some inconvenient things for them to come forward." After that, Mr. Orville said again, "To put it bluntly, I just want to repay the favor. The Song family is my benefactor." Charlie nodded and said, "You are also sincere, and Ms. Song and I have some friendship, so come and pick me from my house tomorrow. Let's go and take a look." "Okay," Orville said excitedly. "Thank you, Mr. Charlie." "I am grateful." Early the next morning, Orville called Charlie. When Charlie went downstairs, Orville was sitting in the car and beckoned to him, saying, "Mr. Charlie, get in the car." Charlie nodded and walked quickly to get into the car. Orville hurriedly started the car and drove towards the outskirts of the city. On the way, Orville said anxiously, "I heard that a feng shui master from Hong Kong is coming soon. Mr. Charlie, you can't let him steal your limelight." As he said, he added, "Miss Song is the eldest daughter of the Song family and will soon take over the entire family affairs. If we can do this beautifully, you and I will benefit infinitely." Charlie smiled and said, "Mr. Orville, you are not kind. You said yesterday that it was to repay your kindness, but now you show the foxtail, so you want to treat Miss Song for this?" Mr. Orville said embarrassingly, "Repaying one's kindness is one aspect, and getting closer to one another is also one aspect. I know that Mr. Charlie has great powers, but to be honest, it is not a bad thing to be able to get closer to Miss Song. Miss Song is young and attractive, beautiful and with strong family background. If you become friends and join forces in the future, it will be a good thing for you, don't you think?" Charlie smiled slightly and said lightly, "If the feng shui master from Hong Kong is really good, then I can't help it." Orville sighed and said, "Let's go and take a look first. You are a master of metaphysics with real abilities. Then you can see if you can find a suitable opportunity. Let's just grab the business from that Hong Kong man." Charlie didn't say a word. He was also considering this issue in his heart. If Mr. Lai from Hong Kong is really a descendant of the Lai family, he probably has a few brushes. He might as well take a look at what Lai's family does, and perhaps what enlightenment it might have for his next comprehension of the 9 profound heavenly secrets. Miss Song's villa is in the most luxurious villa area in the suburbs. Orville drove Charlie all the way and stopped in front of a super luxurious villa. At this time, a man with the appearance of a housekeeper came out. Orville hurriedly stuck his head out and said, "Boyu, is the eldest lady at home?" The housekeeper nodded indifferently, and said, "Mr. Orville, what has brought you here?" Orville hurriedly said with a smile, "Boyu, I have invited a master to come over, and I want him to help the young lady. He is a real master of metaphysics." The butler glanced at Charlie, who was in the co-driver. He didn't take the young man seriously, and said coldly, "Mr. Orville, Mr. Lai from Hong Kong has already come and is showing the elder lady feng shui. It is inconvenient to bother him. If there is nothing wrong, you can go back." Orville quickly said, "Boyu, Mr. Charlie is here. Why should not let Mr. Charlie have a try? Besides, Mr. Charlie and Missy have friendship." Uncle Boyu asked him, "Many people say that they have friendship with Missy, and I can hear the cocoon. Besides, can the person you invite have abilities as good as Mr. Lai from Hong Kong?" Mr. Lai is the originator of feng shui, Lai Buyi. He spent a lot of effort and traveled all the way from Hong Kong, so follow along and join in the fun. "Let's go." Charlie was a little surprised when he heard that, not at the identity of Mr. Lai, but at the big man who stomped off Orus Hill's entire road. As a result, there was even a housekeeper at Warnya's door. He can't figure it out. Not only can't figure it out, he even has to kneel and lick. Charlie couldn't help but slander, this Orville, in front of Uncle Boyu, is really begging for nothing. If this matter spreads out, it will be despised by people in the whole city. Orville was despised by the butler, but he was not angry at all. On the contrary, the smile on his face accumulated more deeply. He respectfully said, "Look, Boyu, this lady's problem is so serious. It must be the same for us today. Want to share the worries for her. What if Mr. Lai doesn't care about Missy's problem? He is a Hong Kong master, and he may not be able to eat well when he arrives on our mainland." Boyu said coldly, "What can't be eaten? You really think you can find someone to be able to compare to Mr. Lai? Go away. If it interferes with Mr. Lai's formation, the lady will blame it. You can't afford it." Orville scratched his head anxiously. Unexpectedly, Boyu wouldn't even let them in the door. How could Charlie show the elder lady feng shui?